everyone, and hello to everyone that's going to be watching afterwards. My computer is lagging for whatever reason. So weird. I don't know what is going on here. Did you hear that echo? Was that me? Is there a ghost here?
It was you. Like I hear it fine.
All right. What is up, Pedro?
Oh, everything has been amazing.
Yeah.
2022 has been really good to me. I have my first book out, and dude, things are piling up. I'm working with a lot of people, and yeah, I'm a happy camper. I have to say, thank you to everybody who backed the first campaign, and we're coming now with a second chance because my situation doesn't allow me to keep like stock, so I can't really have like a store. I'm working on that with some people in the US, so I can like have like a to open like a proper shop, but it's not happening so far. So right now, that's the only way to get the books. It's just like through campaigns.
Until you start up Jungle Con.
Yeah, exactly. Jungle Con,
Jungle
it's a
Con.
2023, 2024 dream of mine. I want to bring you guys down here and give you rum, coconut milk, and just have a good time.
It
And we'll
sounds like
sell
a
the
plan to
books.
me. I'm all about it. Plus,
Mm-hmm.
I like to swim. I'm always like diving and everything. So
Oh,
that's
nice.
I know there's like locations down there that I would love to explore. Like I
Mm.
love free diving. I have no fear of
Oh,
like any kind of sharks or anything like that. So
well, you love Otoke then. Otoke, there's like one of the only places in the world where you can swim with school of hammerhead sharks.
yeah,
They're
really,
there, like,
they're
yeah.
in Galapagos Islands, I've heard.
Yeah.
That's yeah. So
In Otoke, that's an island next to another a bigger island called Coiba. So you can get like humpback whales. You get to see the dolphins, hammerhead dolphins, and there's a lot of lobster too. So yeah, like you love it. That's really nice. There's several like you want to surf. There's surf places. I mean, yeah,
yeah,
Panama.
surfing is not my thing. I tried.
That's all right.
I
Yeah.
tried. You have to have like so much core strength for surfing. And
Yeah,
I
you
just
do.
don't have enough core strength. I actually like failed miserably. I fell so hard, ate shit on the board, and
Oh
I thought it was going to be easy. It was not easy,
no, it's not easy.
and I ended up with this like lightning bolt bruise. So it looked like a flash symbol on my shoulder,
Mm.
but I definitely
Oh,
didn't move like the flash. I got nowhere.
yeah,
I could
yeah.
stand up for like 5 seconds. Paddleboarding just as hard too. So
Yeah, yeah. This is like, it takes time, but once you get the hang of it, it's not because you want to be like in competition. Like the way I do it, I just pick like a day of the week. I go and I'm mostly stare at the ocean. I was like, okay, good boys are coming in. I take
yeah,
3 to 5, have breakfast, and come back to work. Like it's nice. Like you can do it relaxed. And if you do longboard, it's not that difficult. Like if you
okay.
do like normal competition longboard, it's not that like hard on your system. So that's. I
I
mean,
just
the thing is like I'm like 20 minutes away from like great surf beaches, so it would be a travesty not to take advantage.
Yeah, we have beaches out here, but it's like after going to Hawaii and experiencing beaches in
Mm-hmm.
Hawaii, it's
The tropics, yeah.
yes, and the water is so much clearer and
Hmm.
it's just the sand is so soft and I can't even compare it. And everyone talks about New England beaches. They're really not that great once you go to Hawaii. It's
Okay,
like
yeah,
I come back home and I'm like, what is this shit? I
yeah.
just want to say hi to Colin. Thank you, Colin, for
Hey,
joining. I appreciate you. And I just wanted to give a shout out to Matt LaRock, who joined as well.
hmm.
So thank you guys for coming out. There's a lot of people streaming this evening. And
Yeah,
I'm a small streamer. So I'm always appreciative for everyone that stops by here and is interested in my interviews and interested in the guest, most importantly. Pedro has a phenomenal book that is out. We will get into it. I backed it and I had to back
yeah.
Art of Tropical Magics as well,
Hmm.
because that's like when I back a campaign, things that I look for, like as an add-on or an extra, or I got the tier where these two are together. I don't know how it's going to work on Kickstarter, but on
Yeah.
Indiegogo, I got this stuff together. Um, I am a sucker for art books and making of. you know. That's
Nice.
just like my thing. That's what I
Mm-hmm.
want most. I mean, I like a t-shirt here and there, but it's really like the art books and making of things. And I loved like seeing how the artwork changed. It looked like because
Yeah.
it looked like you changed to certain looks of characters in your art style. I love the art
Mm-hmm.
style that you stuck to, you know,
Mm-hmm.
because it's you. You have a very distinct art style, I feel. It's
Oh,
very
thank you.
cartoony,
Mm-hmm.
very manga influence even I see. Like a little bit like it's a combination of both. I feel like it's American
Yeah.
cartoon mixed with like
Mm-hmm.
manga style. Something about
Yeah.
it. Cuz the
Mm-hmm.
mess and everything that you draw, like
Yeah.
amazing.
Thank
So,
you. The thing, yeah, I'm influenced by anime more so than manga because I'm not that much of a manga reader. But I grew up watching like mecha anime,
yep,
and that's all I did in my youth. Like drawing Transfer C, Dresden Messenger,
yep,
Grandizer, all those like giant mecha. Like that's my jam.
yep.
So drawing sick comes like natural to me. Like I can be like talking to somebody and I'm like drawing robots or just like a spaceship or whatever. Like that's something that I can do with my eyes closed. And when I started this project, it was more so than therapy because this book is kind of personal. Like I was very apprehensive to put it out in the beginning. 'Cause-
Really?
yeah, because
I,
it has a lot to do with me.
is it like, do you get in your head a lot? I mean, you've done a lot of stuff as far as things for other people's campaign, as far as the
Hmm.
animation stuff. You do a lot of
Yeah.
animation.
Hmm. Hmm.
So
Yeah. No, but regarding this story, like I mean, I know.
we have a new person in the chat, the
Yeah,
master of boobs.
master of
That's just
boobs.
great. That's great.
I
I'm
mean, if you're
sorry.
gonna be a master of something,
I know. I guess a master of boobs is the way
a
to
master,
go, or a
yeah,
master of
exactly.
money.
Yeah,
Master of boobs, master of money. But then again, boobs make money.
yeah. With money, or with
I
money, you can
guess.
get boobs. So
Oh goodness. But yeah, so back to what you were saying. Sorry. I
yeah,
just
no,
had
no,
to
no problem. Yeah, the master of boobs, like that has to be addressed. Uh,
it must be
all right.
addressed, right?
Yeah. What I was going on with this, like this story, the way it developed was basically my journey in therapy, basically. Because I did this book to deal with the campaign, with deal with the pandemic,
Yeah.
basically. So okay, this is like a soft story. It's in the making of like and I don't say this stuff so people like feel bad about me, feel bad for me or
It is
whatever. Like,
so no,
yeah,
I think
it
it's
happened.
important that you're as transparent as
Hmm.
you can be and you're
Yeah.
honest.
Hmm.
To me, that shows that you're genuine, and it should show your backers and anyone that's interested in the project how genuine you are. We're
Yeah.
all human beings, you know?
Yeah.
So I think it's
Oh, yeah.
important. So you're more than welcome to share anything that you want
Okay. Okay.
here. So,
So yeah, basically, I was living with a person at the beginning of the pandemic, and the relationship was already shaky. So the pandemic basically amplified everything, and we ended up breaking up. So I was homeless 2 days in my car in the middle of the pandemic. Like my parents don't live in Panama City where I was living, and the city was on lockdown, so I couldn't get out. So in those 2 days, then like an aunt contacted me and like she gave me board for like about a month, and then I left to where I'm now, which is Cocle, which is like 2 hours away from the city. But regardless of that, when I was sleeping in the car those 2 days, I was having it wasn't nightmares, but just like vivid dreams of a destroyed Panama City with two guys staring. And the moment I could hook up my computer, I made that drawing, which is very painterly, and it's one of the second drawing you see on the making of Tropical Magics.
I want to show it, but then I don't want to show it because I don't want to
Okay,
spoil it for future backers. So it's up to
okay,
you. I have the
okay.
book.
No, you can show it because the thing is like if you back Tropical Magics on Indiegogo, you get the art book. It's not we're not offering it on Kickstarter. It's not that there's
Okay,
not
so
going to
you're
be any
not
more.
offering the art book on Kickstarter.
No, no, we're not. We're
So
not.
where do you want me to go? Sorry, I know the
Uh,
first one is the nightmare. There, it's on
no,
page.
no.
That's page one. Like, and that's
Yeah.
talking about the experience that you had in the pandemic. You were saying it's
Yeah.
the first drawing?
Yeah, it has like a greenish hue
Yeah, okay,
thing.
yeah. So that it is the one that
Yeah.
goes here.
Yeah, that one. Like I saw that, and then I saw those characters, but they had no face. Like that's what I saw. Like I saw like a robot with thrusters like glowing, and those two
Interesting.
guys staring at that building. It we call the screw, and it's like an iconic building in Panama, and like that building was destroyed. Like I don't know, I was dreaming about that. So the moment I hooked up my computer, I started drawing like frantically. Like it was like okay, I wanted like keeping my mind off the breakup, like how like dude, like how they go down to this, like dude, I'm homeless. What the fuck? So doing all those drawings frantically, I go all the way up to page 8 of a comic without a script, which is also in the art book. Like
Yep.
I included that, and then when I got there, it's like okay, this is making no sense. So let's write a script.
Yeah. I would think that you like, it's interesting that you say that because there are a lot of artists that don't really write a script.
Mm-hmm, mm-hmm.
They're able to draw everything out and then, they put everything in afterwards. Like they don't necessarily have a script. They're just
Mm-hmm.
compiling drawings.
Yeah.
So I think that's interesting. Um, do you think it was because you had done so much? Like you said, you're working frantically and everything.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
And basically, like, I think that, it was like your inner self was sending you a message to propel you to do this for yourself, actually, because,
Mm-hmm.
like there's beauty after a lot of pain, or there's beauty
Mm-hmm.
that comes from pain.
Yeah.
So I feel that that's what the experience, resulted in for you, was beauty after pain that occurred.
Yeah.
So
Probably.
like drawing
Probably.
frantically, maybe it was
Mm-hmm.
that because of your mind state, you couldn't organize everything. You had
Mm-hmm.
done so much, and it was like, what do I
Yeah.
do now?
Yeah,
So
exactly. But I mean, my background is basically film. Like I directed commercials and I do storyboards and animation for. I mean, I used to do that. I used to work for TV stations down here in Panama. So when I see all this material, because I have like all this concept art, 8 pages of story.
yeah,
I was like, okay, okay, okay. Like my professional kicked in. It's like, okay, make something good out of this. So when I start writing the story, that's when I saw like, okay, the designs I made don't match the story I'm writing, but
mm,
the story is making so much sense, and that's why the characters change.
okay.
So yeah, it started very like a cacophony in my head, but once it got cleared, and we're talking like this happens in the span of 2 months.
In a span of 2 months.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Yeah, I drew the whole book, the 72 pages in 5. So it was like seven months of production.
You must have been like nonstop, like just nonstop working.
No, I okay. This sounds like I'm tooting my own horn, but I draw fast. That's
No, that's a great thing. That
yeah.
is a great thing. So,
Hmm.
you got to use that ability.
Yeah, the
People
thing
that
is like when you animate, you have to be making like 12 to 24 drawings a second, and you get paid by the foot. So you developed a lot of shorthand.
I noticed too, like how certain characters changed.
Hmm.
Just looking at it, like you played around with at one point it looks like, like shadowing and cross hatching, like kind of like
Hmm. Yeah.
and you ended up with a cleaner look, which I think worked more for your style for this particular book, but you left that kind of stuff on your mechs because it
Hmm.
worked. So I thought that was a really smart call to make. Like I want to show
Do it. Do it.
what I'm talking about. See, I really should have put sticky notes because I know
Yeah.
exactly like where I'm looking.
Yeah.
With
No, don't
Carla,
worry.
you can see with Carla the most, I feel like. So,
Yeah.
all right, like let's look here.
Hmm. Yeah.
So see, like what you did here and
Hmm. Hmm.
here, and you know, and then on this page too, you had it as well. like
Yeah, actually, that's an older version of Carla. Like
yeah,
I
you can
I
see
that
how it. And then eventually, Carla turned more into. Sorry, as I flip here,
hey, don't worry.
we go into this here.
Yeah, yeah, exactly. And I
So
love that character. Like
yeah,
she was a latecomer. Like she wasn't even designed when I started writing the script. But it's like, okay,
really,
I need something that's gonna push the story.
yeah,
And I mean, these two guys, like, I mean, if you read the book, these guys are like borderline a holes. You know, like
hmm
they're more like day to day. It's like, okay, what are we having beans again? You know, like they're not really like uh looking at the big scope of things.
yeah.
So I needed this character that was in contact with what was happening in the world and wanted to make change and just pick these guys up and take them on the journey. And that's when Carla came about.
Okay.
In I designed her bike before I designed her.
What do you mean by that? Wait.
Okay, okay. So basically, I work with a lot of prompts. So when you read the book, like I put this pages about, you basically hear her coming before you
Okay.
see her. Like you see her foot, you hear the engine, then you
Yes.
see like a silhouette. So that bike, which I call like the BS Thunderstrike or whatever. I'm a dork. Uh,
It's cool.
I designed that bike, and I was like, okay, I need a cool chick riding this bike. It was supposed to be a man first, but I was like, no, 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 a guy on that bike. No, we need a chick,
No, I
and that's
agree. I
how.
think that was a smart decision.
Yeah, and then Carla came about, and then I didn't know how to incorporate the robot because his name originally was Goyo,
Re- really?
but then yeah, it was Goyo, but then I was like, okay, no, no, he's Carla's nanny, like his her butler. So that's why he come with nanny, and then Jen shelled me with acronyms for everything. So yeah, it was I don't know, like it's very convoluted. It was all like dreams and things that I needed to put out. So,
I mean,
but
so
I
it was
enjoyed
a
doing it.
healing process for you in a lot of ways too. So not only was it
Hmm.
like it's a passion of yours to get it done, but it was also like very healing experience for you. So
Yeah,
it, I saw when you got funded,
yeah,
you were so
yeah. I
overwhelmed and
know.
like, you know, I was so happy for you.
Oh,
I felt
thanks.
like, there isn't a better person that deserved to get funded,
Oh,
with their own story and everything. So,
yeah.
um,
I don't do that often. Like I don't want to become like the Kevin Smith of indie comics. I don't want to be like crying all the time, but I have to take it in the face. I cried that day because the thing is like uh I don't know. My professional life has been very cynical.
so more
And
downs than ups, or
no, not even downs and up. Like I've seen really good money, I've seen no money, but everything I've done professionally has been things that my heart are were not in there. It was like,
okay.
okay, there's a commercial. It's like it's a
So
tuna
it's like
can.
doing like mundane stuff that you're not really
Yeah.
into, but because it's a
Hmm.
field that you're into and you know how to do it and do it well.
Yeah. Yeah.
I get
Exactly.
it.
And I was
So,
like, okay, we need like 50 storyboards. We need like 50 pounds of storyboard, and we're paying you like $45 a panel. So like in 2 days, I would make like three k, like stuff like that. It was very common. I mean, the things like when TV stations started winding down because of everybody's watching the internet, like that lifestyle is kind of gone now. So now it's harder to live that lifestyle of a film producer down here because we don't make cinema. Like how many Panamanian movies have you seen?
not
We make
many.
like
I
exactly
don't
we
even.
make
I
like
don't even think so. I can think of like music videos being filmed
Mhm.
down there and stuff.
Yeah. Hmm.
That I can't.
And
I can't really think of much. No, I can think of
mhm,
like I can think literally of music videos being shot down in Panama.
yeah, and
That's what I
they
think of.
film Survivor down here, but that's more for film crews. I'm more like pre-production and post-production.
Hmm.
So when I started saying doing like, okay, should I pursue my childhood dream of becoming a comic book artist?
Oh,
yeah, that was the thing. Like I'm
So like,
almost
were
50.
you like, were you like, I guess I might as well. Time is
Yeah,
up.
exactly. At this point, like I was doing like storyboards, but it's like, okay, we can pay you like $10 a frame. I was like, $10 a frame, like
Ten
dude,
dollars
like
a frame.
I don't really like drawing adult diapers. No, so if you're gonna be,
That's you know what, I gotta pick your brain on the storyboarding process because
okay,
I own a couple like storyboard books and it drives me
hmm,
crazy. Also, I just want to shout out to Pops for
hey,
stopping by. I appreciate you, Pops.
pops.
I know we've been chatting. I did see your comments and I was not leaving you cold because last
Mhm.
time he was like, "It's cold in here." um, I take
So
it this
yeah,
is it, so we're continuing to lose because I don't know if you
mm,
hear that right now. I have
no.
just heard like a combination from my father that was completely new through that door. That was like 55 swears in 30 seconds. Holy crap. That's why I can't even look at the game right now. It's bad. Um
Okay,
anyhow, but the storyboarding. So
yeah, hmm,
um I own a couple storyboarding books and then
hmm,
so the more I look at storyboarding books, I get really upset at why can't they make the comic books like how come they can't do a comic book like a movie? Like when I especially when I look at the storyboards, I'm like
hmm,
I don't understand, you
hmm.
know. So the storyboarding process, do you feel that it's a lot similar to script writing or
It,
thumbnailing for your script and
mhm.
stuff? I mean, I'm just curious.
Yeah,
So
okay. So basically, with storyboarding, it depends on what you're storyboarding for.
okay,
Because the difference between comic books and storyboarding is the passage of time. It's
okay,
different because in storyboard you're drawing for a camera. So
so,
passage of
yeah,
time is different. You are attached to a frame. You can really get out of the frame. So if the camera, so we're doing like for film, you're working at 235. If you're
okay,
working for TV HD, it's 16:9. If you're working for all TV format, it's 4:3. And that format, you can't get out of that because if you get out of that format, you're
yeah.
getting out of the screen. So that changes how your brain processes scenes, how you move your camera, how you place your camera. Like in comic books, you can make long panels, you can make like splash pages, you can make double pages spreads. That
Yeah.
doesn't exist. Like panels within panels. Wait, well, I guess you can do that in storyboarding too if the
Or
director asks for
like
that.
if the I guess if you were you can make a you can camera like you can take a camera and shoot it upwards like this or
Yeah.
no, I
Mhm.
think it was more like I don't understand why they can't make anything comic book related um like
Pro-
follow correctly.
Properly.
Like with the do you know what I'm saying? Like
Oh, yeah, yeah.
but
That's
I'm looking
simple.
at the two, and I mean, I don't know anything about the television business
Mhm.
for the most
Yeah.
part. I don't. You know, that's just not my thing.
Hmm.
And I don't really know. I mean, I guess it makes sense. You know, when I think of animes, right?
Hmm. Yeah.
Anime, for whatever reason, is pretty true to the manga. And then if it
Yeah.
isn't true, they'll do another version that is specifically true.
Oh, the thing is like anime and the whole like Japanese structure. The anime is the vehicle to sell the book.
Okay.
So
Right.
the problem with Western animation or Western film
Yes.
regarding books, it's the answer is ego
Mm.
because the book is already there, the book is already sold. So if they're gonna make the movie, then the director, the producer comes like, but I want my vision. I don't want to repeat what was said in the book. So you
Ugh.
see, it's an ego thing.
It's I
And
see. I think that's ridiculous because if it wasn't your idea to come up with, I don't feel
mhm,
like you have any right to change anything about it. I
yeah,
also think too, one thing I was talking about is a way like people that if you are not like I was saying this on when I was on Joe's show the other night, a way to like kill your own project or anything. Oh, what is
mhm.
up, Ollie? Ollie just joined.
Hey,
Hey.
what's up, Ollie?
So
Dude, that guy colored the RT Bear, the RT Bear
yes, he
cover.
did.
Dude, awesome
He's an
colors.
amazing colorist. I mean, you had a great team, and
Yeah,
some amazing people.
yeah.
So, but let me think back to what I was
Yeah,
saying about this. All
yeah.
right, so it's like The Walking Dead, right? It wasn't
Yeah.
finished
No.
before it went to a TV show.
Mhm.
Game of Thrones book series is not finished.
But
Went to a
the
TV
cool thing
show.
about
You know what I'm saying? Like, there's a
uh,
sure way to like
mhm,
ruin things, and
yeah,
that's it. Like, I think
mhm,
people jump the gun too fast on things. Like
yeah,
I was saying, The Walking Dead originally was supposed to be 300 issues. I don't
hmm
care what anyone says. I think the TV show had a lot to do why it ended on 193.
yeah. The thing with The Walking Dead is just that, and that happened to Game of Thrones too. Like
Yeah,
since it's such a huge money maker,
exactly.
and the thing is like the reaction of, hey, no worries, go right ahead. The reaction of the public change the presence of characters. Braun of the Blackwater is not as prominent in the books as he is in the series.
No, and then like you're on Greyjoy, someone that
Mm.
is,
Yeah, dude.
there's a lot of things.
Mm.
I have to save all my Game of Thrones talk for
Yeah.
when I go on Jeremy's show.
Okay, okay. Sorry about that. Sorry
Because
about that.
no, we will get distracted, and tonight is about
Mhm.
you.
Yeah.
So,
Okay.
one thing that I really loved too about your
Yeah.
art book is I loved how you broke everything down section by section.
Mm.
So, I loved how you talked about the process for your book in the beginning. You told the story behind, everything. You talked about the setting.
Hmm.
You broke down like, lore, logic
Yeah.
oriented risk equalizer and everything.
Yeah.
Like, you broke down like the children of chaos,
Hmm.
your antagonists, your protagonists. I loved that you did that. I loved the whole section on vehicles and weaponry. I've been like
Oh
holding my
yeah.
finger here for a while.
Yeah.
If this isn't going to be on the Kickstarter, then I just want to show some of this if I can.
Yeah.
I
You
just
can.
thought
Yeah.
this was so
Of course.
cool.
Yeah.
I love that he broke
Yeah.
everything down,
Yeah.
and just the drawings that accompanied it and everything.
Oh
Like,
yeah.
I
I
loved
mean,
all of this stuff. Like,
yeah. And those vehicles
so
are
cool to
not
me.
are not in the first book. Like they appear in the trailer, but the mage hunters don't appear. They're gonna appear in book two actually. But I designed them. Like I saw like this like bipedal things like that have like sensors to detect magic, and they have like strategies to fight magic users. But when I wrote the story, like, oh, I left them as mage hunters out. But the story was so solid in my mind, like I'm not gonna jam them in, but
No,
they're
because
there. Like,
I thought you were gonna return back to this. So
mhm,
that's what I was thinking. So I was thinking it was like a little preview.
yeah,
I thought it
mhm,
was so cool. Just like everything that's in here is just such a cool book. And like I said, you worked with some amazing people. So you got to work with Art Bear on
yeah,
covers. Ollie did coloring.
hmm
And then Mark edited and lettered for you. And you and Mark do a
yeah,
lot together. You guys are just
yeah,
like a dynamic duo that
yeah,
I feel that people aren't even aware of how great of a chemistry that you have. When they watch the show, you can see that
yeah,
you guys are just so awesome together.
yeah.
So
We have fun. We have fun.
what is Ollie saying? B.
B, I
Cover
don't
B.
know. Capital B.
He's like, be specific, cover B.
Cover B. Yeah. Oh, yeah. Dude, it's the RT very cover. Like I wasn't. The thing is, I did a book for art, uh, black and white high octane, and
Mm-hmm.
I finished that already. But art is yet to finish his book. But that is my first comic book, which is
Mm.
I can't even believe I'm saying that. Like my first comic book is a book I made for RT Bear, and that's something that this community has given me to be able to participate with people I saw the names on books I bought in the '90s.
How does
You know
that
what I
make
mean?
you feel? Like
Yeah, weird,
weird?
weird. Like yeah. I mean, the things like I don't know. Like I've never seen myself like an artist. Like I see myself more like a carpenter, like something I do. But I'm not gonna go sit in a Starbucks with a scarf having a latte. Like, oh my god, I'm an artist. Like I don't have that personality. Uh, so
I just
so doing
pictured
one.
you like that now.
What's that?
I just
Yeah,
pictured
like
you like that now.
yeah, like,
Yeah,
oh,
exactly. See, with your scarf and everything.
yeah,
So
and yeah, like that's the thing. Like I started showing what I did and how I connected with art is that like I saw him on Dan Frega's show one day and he was showing
yeah,
black and white and I saw the character and was like I can do something with that. So I can look for it. I made a run cycle of black of reblack it.
oh, do you want to share it?
Yeah, let me look for it. So
Oh, let
I
me know when you're ready, and then
yeah
Spencer will pull it up and
yeah
everything, so
yeah
that
like
anything that you have that you want to share,
mhm.
especially like your animation work or
Oh
anything that
cool
you have, um, you can do so here. I love to see things, especially if it's things I haven't seen or you know. Stippling Vaughn said, "You're seeing yourself as a tradesman, Pedro. Perfect attitude to have." Thank you for
yeah
joining, Stippling Vaughn. I appreciate it. So
yeah it's a thing that I don't know that was like pounded into my being when I studied animation like dude don't try to be king shit because
yeah,
everybody's gonna hate you and you're gonna be alienated. Now doing comic books you need to be a little bit king shit because you need to like you know that's how you get attention to yourself. Like I mean that's what I'm seeing right now. And let's just say like you need to have a big personality. I don't know if I'm making.
I think it's a combination of things.
Yeah.
You have to be able to network yourself.
Hmm.
You have to be able to know what it is that you produced. You have to be able to produce at least decent stuff. I mean, the thing about art, I will say, is
Yeah.
that truly, I mean, I can say something's bad art. You can say something's bad art. I can say something's great art, good art, whatever
Yeah.
the case. With art is subjective. So there
Yeah.
could be artists that I absolutely hate and I think that their work is dog shit, but there will be someone out there that has a fan of it, you
Yeah.
know.
Exactly. Yeah.
I mean, it's not too often that you hear many people disagree on like not disagree, agree completely that a particular artist is completely dog shit. You know, there are
Yeah.
few, but
I mean, I've been told that I draw like a toddler once,
I
and
like your art style though. Like I
yeah,
said, it's very cartoony and
yeah.
it has, like I said, like that manga anime vibe to it because I also
Hmm.
love like manga and anime. I mean,
Yeah.
I got a shelf of Dragon Ball. Actually, it's on the other side now. A shelf of Dragon Ball Z and Sailor Moon and
Oh,
Ezekiel and
nice.
stuff and everything over there. You know, that's just like what I
Actually, the thing is that when Dragon Ball came to Latin America, I was already old, but especially the first Dragon Ball, like completely stopped kind of on its tracks. Like people would get out of their office at lunchtime to see Dragon Ball. Like they wouldn't have lunch at noon; they would have it at 3 p.m. And where I was working, like there was a Burger King. They had a TV, and we all will go down, grown ass men and women, to watch Dragon Ball while having like lunch.
it's still
And
hey, it's still huge seller. Like
yeah,
certain things always sell. Dragon Ball, and I was, all October when I was working during the height of tourist season at the comic book shop on the weekends,
yeah,
and like where I live, we made it on the news that we had more people than anybody in years.
mm,
We
nice.
sold out of almost all every Dragon Ball product that we had. We didn't have any like Dragon Ball books besides up to 3 volumes. That's what we had
Wow,
three, and that's between Dragon Ball Z, and Dragon Ball Super.
wow.
We had three random volumes, and then like the statues, we basically sold out of so much. We were down to like what was just in the case, like our display statues, and even then we were selling display statues. So
Mm,
it's still super popular and it's all ages. And there is a huge following in South America for Dragon Ball, like huge.
yeah,
And
I mean, Dragon Ball,
GT
and there's
too.
another
Dragon Ball
series called,
GT too. Yeah.
yeah, there's another series called Saint Seiya
Oh,
that didn't
Sensei,
do that
yeah.
well.
Yeah.
Didn't do that well in the U.S., but down here it was like, dude, like you couldn't throw a rock
Yeah.
without
We
people doing like Saint Seiya. And I mean, I never liked it. It was kind of, I don't want to
it
say,
wasn't your thing, you know.
yeah, it was kind of feminine. That's what you have to say. Like I was not into that at all.
Yeah,
So
no, we all have different tastes. I mean, I
yeah,
didn't really watch Saint Seiya, so I can't say anything,
yeah,
but I'm familiar with it because
yeah.
we sold a ton of it. Like
Yeah, I
in
mean,
our folder,
there's
I
a
was like, "What?" We had this Pegasus.
yeah,
You
exactly.
know, we sold all this Pegasus pops. I'm like, I haven't even heard of like Saint Seiya in years.
Yeah, yeah. This is the animation I did unsolicited
Okay,
for
so
RT
let's
Bear. I'm sharing it right now.
Spencer, if you want to connect to share the screen, I'm going to
Mhm.
stop my camera because my
Yeah.
Comcast will
Okay. Okay.
do this up as you play this, and then you can make that full screen if you want.
Yeah. So I did this for art, which is a run cycle. Like I normally do stuff like this like every morning just to warm up.
How do you
So
create a run cycle like that?
a run
Like,
cycle. So okay, let me just stop it.
sorry,
So no,
I'm so interested in this whole
yeah.
process and like how, you know,
So normally
you want
this
to
is the
break it
rough.
down for us?
Yeah, this is the rough animation here. So basically here, let me just okay. So I will first do like a skeleton drawing, like just like simple shapes to
Okay.
capture the movement. Yeah. And then I go with a darker pencil and then just apply like okay the shapes that go within like the details of the uniform. And I had to simplify art's design, right?
Okay. Simpler better for the movement
Yeah,
or
exactly. For when you animate, if you overcomplicate characters, like it's not impossible to animate, but it will take more time, and time is money.
okay.
So that's why when you animate, like if you're working with serious people, they're gonna tell you, dude, we need to simplify your design. And then after that, I basically cleaned up and let me see. You see, it's vectors.
Okay.
Like normally, like I don't like cleaning up with vectors anymore. But at this time, I was just trying it out because I mean, this is practice. So once I got that, I got the movement down. I don't need the rough anymore. And then he has some grenades.
Yeah.
So I put a grenade here, reacting to the movement. So it's like one frame behind. So you can see like it's lagging a bit.
Yeah.
And then I added another grenade that moves at a different pace. So
Cool.
I did that. I published it on Twitter. Art saw it and loved it. And I don't know Art at this moment, right? So he sees it, and I don't want to say like behind my back, but I didn't know he was doing this. He was shopping around for studios, like, dude, this is the look we can give black and white. And he wanted to give me the art direction for this project. I mean, he told me all this, and I'm here in Panama, like, oh my god, it's coconut season. You're like, I know nothing. But the things like, yeah, art came out CG, and like all his contact like gave their back to him, and like drama, right? So the black and white animated project fell flat, and he felt really bad about it. And then he contacted me, hey Pedro, like, dude, I was doing this, but it didn't pan out, and you did this animation for me, and would you mind doing a book for me as a consolation prize? Like, would I, Art? Would I mind doing a book for you? So yeah, so he contacted Vaughn. He wrote a 22-page story. He he sent it my way, and I did it. And he wanted this like he wanted it in this like animation style, like with that design. So it looks like you see Ollie is saying exactly why I abandoned Saint Seiya. Pedro is a fan of Shun. Now, to give context, uh, these guys are like fighting uh, knights who are like more powerful than them, and one of
Mhm.
them like died, uh, like they froze him to death, and Shun basically hugged him and elevated his cosmos to thaw him out. And dude, it's like the most homoerotic thing. It's like, no, no, I'm done. I'm stopping this thing right now. So yeah, no, no, not gonna do it.
Oh,
Not
what's up,
gonna do it.
Replicant? Thank you for joining. Replicant said, "Whoa, that's great, dude."
Oh yeah, dude. I'm the ugliest Cinderella story ever, and with this whole art thing, and yeah, like I finished the book. I learned so much with art, and it's showing like in my next books. Like I feel like it because I'm growing every day. Like I'm improving by leaps and bounds. Like the next books that are coming are gonna be amazing. So we're coming with Tropical Magics 2. We
Yep.
have you know this one. We have Waifus and Kaijus coming, and we
Ooh,
have
of course, I
yeah,
know that one. That
yeah, and
is gonna blow people's minds.
yeah, it's we're having so much fun. Jinch is writing his ass off, and the
Yeah.
thing is that we started Waifus and Kaijus, but we were working on another project that we stopped because we got very like excited about Waifus and Kaijus, but we're gonna offer an ashcan of the other project on the Waifus and Kaijus uh, campaign, which is called Sons of Athire, which is a sword and sorcery all-out war between dwarves and goblins. So it's like we're doing different flavors of things, but we're already working on the script for Tropical Magics too. So don't worry, like we're not gonna leave you astray. It's gonna be I'm planning Tropical Magics to be a 4 book arc. Like each book is gonna be 72 pages or more, and we're gonna tell a finite story. Like the universe is gonna be there. We can go back and revisit it, but not with these 2 characters. And yeah, we're gonna talk to that, but yeah, like we're planning on like playing these 3 stories we're working on tandem until they're done, and then we'll come with another with some other stuff. So yeah, big plans. Uh,
Do you
Danko
want to
is
show do you want to show the trailer for Tropical Magics before I go to
oh
the Kickstarter page for it?
oh sure
Because
sure.
Darko D13, thank you for joining. They want to know if there's a Kickstarter pre-launch page yet. And
Yes.
yes, there is one. Which I think it's great that you're hitting every venue that you can to get this book out there, you know?
Yeah.
So I think it's important because the people that did miss it on Indiegogo, because you're not running a second chance on Indiegogo,
No, we're not.
they'll be able to get it. So
Yeah.
yay! I love the trailer. I love everything about this book. I mean, I read the book. The book has sci-fi in it. It has action. It has adventure. Just the way the characters interact with each other. I was just a huge fan of it. I wanted more.
Oh, nice.
So
Well,
I really enjoyed it. Something too, the trailer always reminds me of Telltale games for some reason. So I
yeah.
played these Telltale games on PlayStation.
Mm-hmm.
I was obsessed. I played all of them. I played the Borderlands one before I even played Borderlands.
Mm-hmm.
It's like really sad.
Yeah.
Like it's that cartoon fun. It's just such a fun book, and you have just such a fun
Yeah.
art style. It's just 82. Thank you for stopping by this evening or day, depending
Yeah.
on where you are. He says, now that's a trailer. So it's,
Thank you,
Pedro
sir.
does just amazing work. So he's like doing comics, doing animation. I mean, Jesus.
Mm.
you,
Yeah, dude,
you
I'm gonna start doing film
know.
soon. I'm gonna start doing film soon because the things like I used to have an animation school. I closed it up in 2014, so I want to replicate that online. And
Okay, so you want to replicate online to teach
yeah,
other people how to.
how to animate,
Oh, that's awesome.
how to storyboard. And the thing is like, yeah, I'm still working on because I'm gonna need remuneration for that. So I how can I do like tiers for Patreon? Like you can follow the classes for free, but if you want like direct contact to with the classes and how to evolve as an animator, there will be tiers. So basically you can be a part of the stream. You can send me your stuff for review, and like I'll help you develop through exercises. Like basically the way I learned how to animate, it takes a year of very very hard work. So if we have more animators, we can do more stuff.
Ah,
and
that's true.
and that's something that I'm looking forward to the future. Because right now, dude, I'm surrounded by incredible IPs that would demand an animated show. Like make it like five animated, like 10 5-minute animated shorts, compile it into a Blu-ray, and then sell that. Create channels to show like different IPs, like show, let's say like the indie Alterna showcase, and we have like 5 episodes of different Alterna IPs, and that's like that's one of the many ideas that could happen, but we need a workforce to do that.
Yep, you
You
do.
know,
It
so
can't just be like a one man
mhm.
army
Yeah,
doing all of that stuff.
yeah, exactly. Like a trailer, it takes me from 6 weeks to 2 months to do a trailer,
Wow.
and that's. I mean, compared to how other people, because there's people who have done animated trailers. Like it took me 8 months. Like, well, okay, okay, I guess I'm faster, but still, it's a lot of work.
No,
So
I
it,
can imagine.
mm,
I think it
so
says a
getting,
lot about you, though, as a person, that you want to open up something to educate people to teach them how to do it.
yeah,
Because not
yeah,
everyone is willing to share like all
mm,
of their secrets or their knowledge.
yeah,
And to me, I think the greatest gift that anyone can give to another person is knowledge. Like,
yeah,
is the opportunity to learn something, learn a
mm,
skill, learn something that they could just use and pass on to other people, if you have these skills and everything. So I think that says a lot about you and your character as a human being. So I
oh,
think it's
thank
very
you.
admirable. But yeah,
I
no,
mean,
you're looking
I
at the
have
bigger
financial motives too, but
but you're looking at the bigger picture of things,
yeah,
and
hmm,
it seems that you just want um the industry as a whole to grow and just
yeah, exactly.
there to be more opportunity for people.
Yeah,
So
the thing is like right now, and that's why I didn't delve into the animation industry because okay, I finished animation. Like I studied animation as an old guy because I went to animation school when I was 25. Normally, people they learn to animate like in their college years. I dropped out of law school to learn how to animate. So basically, I was an old guy. So when I'm finishing my studies, I saw how the industry was, and I'm not bashing it, but it's just the way they are. Like, dude, you're an ant
mhm.
under a magnifying glass. Like they can burn you like this, and you mean nothing. and that's the thing. Like, okay, in order for me to get to a position of be able to make decisions, I have to burn so many people
Mm.
that it was like, nah, I don't feel right about it. And the things like I had a Panamanian girlfriend at that time. She went to my graduation there, and she didn't want it to stay in Canada, where I was studying. We ended up getting married, so that was good. So I basically made my career down here in Panama, but there's no animation industry here. So when I lift my head, okay, I'm a 45-year-old divorcee that is going to go into the animated industry in step one. That's not going to work.
I want to know what it is, what it is that you do, because when you say you're 45, I'm like,
Yeah,
I
I'm
need
not
some more blood
45.
or
I'm
something.
not 45. I'm 48.
Jesus Christ, Pedro.
I moisturize.
Yeah, you know what though? I don't know what it is. That sun or something down
Mhm.
there.
No,
It,
no, the sun will destroy you. Like you
sun
have to
is actually
moisturize
that gives you vitamin D as well. So
before 9 a.m. After 9
yeah.
a.m. it destroys you. So if you go like, that's why I go really early to the beach. Like from 6 by 10 a.m. I'm back home.
So I'd come
'Cause-
back and I'd be like your complexion, basically, is what you're telling me. I get really dark.
yeah.
I get
Mm-hmm.
super, super dark.
Super dark.
It's
Yeah.
actually it's actually funny because I look really light
Mm.
whenever I stream, but people that know
Yeah.
me in person, they always ask me, "Do you go tanning?" Like you can see it like when I'm next to Spencer. Like
Mm.
even with me at my palest, I'm still very olive. Like it's
Yeah, but I
really
mean
weird.
that's a nice complexion, like
So, but I
olive
get super
skin,
dark.
very, yeah,
I'm half
very rich.
Armenian. Like
Mm-hmm.
my dad when he goes golfing,
Mm-hmm.
like right when summer hits, he goes golfing. By the end of the weekend, if he went like for 3 consecutive days, he had a Friday off. He'll be your complexion in like no time.
Nice.
Yeah, so
That's
I'll be
cool.
the same if I go down there. I would just
Yeah.
I could go out for like 2 hours a day, and in a week.
Yeah. No, actually, in Panama, people tend just by walking, because that's the thing. Like even in a cloudy day, you'll be getting sun,
Yeah,
and it's
I
it's
miss that.
very humid. It's very humid, so you're forced to not cover that much. Like you're always wearing like like Sunday dresses, like those summer dresses girls wear.
Is it like the wet kind of it's like the wet kind of humidity or the dry kind of humidity?
It's really really wet. It's
That's what she
it's
said.
it's yeah, it's really
I
wet.
had to,
Hmm.
Pedro.
Yeah, you had to, and I knew it. I knew it. Yeah, like humidity down here idles at 96%.
Oh shit.
Yeah, it's very very humid. So it takes a while to get used to, but once you do, it's like you'll miss it. That's something that people like. Like Panama used to have like U.S. bases here. Most of the people who left Panama miss the humidity and the rain,
Well,
because
yeah.
the rain is so loud, because the water drops are so huge. Like you can hear, like you're watching TV, you need to put headphones on because you won't be able to hear it. So when it's raining, people read and sleep, and it's the best nap in your life, because it's just like it just cancels out everything. It's just and people miss
I
that.
love
Like
that.
I miss
It's
that.
white noise almost, or it's
Hmm.
actually
Yeah.
that would be considered green noise
Hmm.
because they've
Yeah.
categorized all the noises, and they like I
Mm.
believe water is under the green noise category.
Oh, okay.
But yeah,
Okay.
like you got to do JungleCon.
Yeah. Oh, dude, it's a plan. Like, I want to make a couple more books, and take like tropical magics on the road. But I have guys here. There's a two guys who make cons here, which are Baku Fest,
Hmm.
and there's another guy. It's not called Comic Con, but it has something that has to do with comics. But dude, like they put some local artists, but it's mostly like, hey, we brought Bumblebee, or like
We've
Hollywood stuff.
Yeah, a lot of believe it or not, a lot of the comic conventions have turned to that kind of thing.
Hmm.
So it's
Yeah.
like they're more pop culture
Mm-hmm.
conventions and less
Yeah.
comic cons. The real comic cons are now 1 or 2 day shows, mostly the
Mm-hmm.
1 day shows, and it's all
Yeah.
comic book shop vendors, and then there's
Mm-hmm.
artists there. They have the inkers there, they have the writers there, um, but people don't really, they look more at the big name shows.
Mm-hmm.
Like,
Mm-hmm.
and I've worked a ton of shows in my lifetime. I've been working cons since 2014. I haven't worked much since 2018,
Mm.
2019,
All
2019.
right.
That's like the last round of working. A lot of them I did. Um, but so because 2020 hit, then I just worked smaller shows.
Mm.
We did, like, because the shops that I was working with, they weren't making the money at the
Mm. Yeah.
it's because it became a celebrity draw. Or I think, not that there's anything wrong with cosplay or anything, but it's
No, no, not
the
at all. God
cosplayers
bless
for the
them.
most part, they
Mm-hmm.
don't spend the money unless it's on prints and celebrity photo ops, or
Mm-hmm.
that kind of stuff. So
Yeah.
it's not the same. Like when you're a comic shop vendor and you're going someplace, you have to go someplace where you're going to get at least your table fee back.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
So it's
I
it's
remember,
like
like
people with cons are tricky. So
yeah. I mean, when I had the school, I took part in an anime convention, but the guys were like just pestering me for me to go. Like, oh my god, like you got so many students. Like, I didn't have one student, and the guy was medicated, and and I mean, nothing wrong with being medicated. But the guy was nuts. He watched porn in front of everybody. Like, I had to kick him out. But
Jesus Christ.
yeah, but the thing is, like, I have the stand. I brought a couple like animation tables to do like a live demonstration of how to like classically animate. I have
Hmm.
a CGI station, and the guys keep like turning the lights off because there was like a anime like Naruto like play going on. And dude, I wanted to kill somebody. It's like, guys, you make me pay $800 for this stand, plus all of the investment I have to make, and
Yeah.
I can't really show my wares because you're turning the lights off over and over again over a play. You are fucking up. Like, this should be over in 40 minutes, and it's like 3 hours. I don't know, man. It's just whew, memories.
That's insanity. I can't
Yeah.
say I've experienced that kind of
Mm.
insanity at a con. I would be
Mhm.
livid.
Yeah.
Shout out to Jim Cox for joining us. Thank you. I appreciate it. And if anybody in the chat has any questions for Pedro about animation, about tropical magics, about anything that you would like to ask him, feel free to drop your comment in the chat and I will reiterate it back to him while he's here.
Yeah.
So, because Pedro is very open about talking about anything.
Yeah. I
I love
guess.
having guests on like that. So, I mean, have you ever thought about, because you're a musician as well.
Yeah. Yeah. I am. I am.
Have you ever thought about like intertwining some of the music within your comics, or possibly doing
Actually,
like a?
the
Oh,
trailer for Waifus and Kaijus, I'm working on a song for the trailer, and I don't know, maybe we'll sell the song because I mean the one who knows how to record properly, like mastering and everything, is my brother, and
really?
he's looking after my hit. He's looking after his mother-in-law,
Mm.
which like dude, like she has like the big C, and his wife just started a job so she couldn't travel. So he's in Colombia right now. So I have to wait for him to come back to see if like he'll help me. Like, I already have the song made, and it's like a very cheesy '80s like double guitar lead
Oh, that
thing
fits that.
going on, and yeah, the trailer is gonna be asses. And
Waifus
fits
and
like
kaijus. Like,
yeah.
I don't want to speak too much on it, but
Mhm,
I know some things about it. I've seen some things about it, and
mhm,
it is gonna blow people's minds. It's just great, and just
yeah.
the name of the book itself, "Waifus and Kaiju."
Waifus and Kaiju.
Like,
That's what
it,
people want.
it's it's great. Uh
Okay.
yeah, I don't want to say too much about anything because
Okay.
I don't want to spoil anything about that book because that book is going to be amazing and it's going to be so fun. It is going to
Oh
be
yeah,
fun.
it's a fun story. It's a fun story. Like, and we're taking notes from the things. Like, since I grew up watching like Super Mecha anime, and it's taking a lot from Super Mecha, but I'm taking a little bit from Real Mecha. So it has a little hint of a little hint of Gundam, and a
Yeah,
little hint of Robotech, but it's still Super Mecha. The thing is, like, it's not one Super Mecha. It's like every country has its own Super Mecha.
yeah,
So
exactly.
it's gonna it'll be a fun ride.
And the women too, just like I mean, I just want to say there's like a woman at every flavor. It's like a
Yeah.
kaleidoscope of
Yeah.
you got your you got your picks. And
Yeah, you
mention
got your pick. Like,
you did the women justice too with the male characters and everything.
mm,
Both you guys,
yeah.
you and Pedro, you and Mark work so well together. How do you describe your relationship, like your working relationship? Like,
It was again. It was very fortuitous because Mark saw me doing the Ryan Wins Hammerella trailer,
yep, you did the Hammerella trailer.
and he contacted me. Hey, I have this Spells and Superheroes book. Would you mind doing the trailer for me? How much would you charge me? Like, dude, like, I want to be known in the community, so I come up with a very ridiculous price for animation, and that's the other thing. Animation is so pricey that it tends to be prohibitive. Like right now, my prices are not the prices I was like when I was introducing myself to the community, but it's still more affordable than if you go to Klasky Schupo or Nelvana for a quote. So, but yeah, like I did the Spells and Superheroes trailer. He loved it. And
That was
one
fun.
day, yeah, like we became friends. One day he's doing like a stream thing, like a draw stream, and he invited me, and we were shooting the shit and doing the jokes and whatnot. When that finished, he's like, "Hey, do you want to like we have really good chemistry?" And I thought he wanted to make sweet love to me or something. It was like very weird. Like, whoa, what? Like, do you want to make a show with me? I was like, oh, a show. Okay, okay,
You're both like the most super straight people I've ever met in my
yeah,
life.
exactly. But he
We
gave me
have a
weird
bromance,
vibes.
so definitely. It's
Yeah, like
okay.
he didn't know how to tell me he wanted to make a show with me, so it was very like he gave me some weird vibes. I was like, a show, yeah, let's do a show. So the James and Pedro show comes out of that, and just from doing the show and me telling him what I want to do, uh, and how apprehensive I am of what I call my coconut English, because I mean I can communicate, but I mean if I write you can't place my English. You know what I mean? Like I sound like nobody from the U.S. Like I get things from here and there. So the writing was weird.
So your writing is not necessarily your strongest suit.
No, no. Like
So
I'm really good at word building and plots, but my
yeah.
dialogues, like if I was writing in Spanish, I might have no problems. But my dialogues in English are iffy.
Would you consider releasing these books in Spanish?
Yeah, yeah, that's a future plan. Like Ollie, I was speaking with Ollie and the 656 guys. Like, hey, you should come to
Yeah.
Mexico. Like, yeah, I'm planning on doing, but I'm want to do that when I have like at least three books,
Yeah.
so I can do like three like Spanish translations. I have an editor down here who would love to do it. Like, I already spoke with him, and yeah, like I'm planning on doing the stories in Spanish. Just why
That's
not, right?
awesome.
Yeah, and also
Yeah,
in
I think
Colombia,
I think that's great.
yeah, there's a lot of like comic book movement in Colombia, so
Mhm.
I can go there too. So yeah, like that's why James ended up being the editor. It's like, hey, can you help me with the dialogue? And it's like, do you want me to edit the book? Like, I'll do it for free. Like, dude, I don't work. I don't like hiring people for free, like internship or whatever. Like, I don't know. Like, I hate it when it did that to me.
So you
try
don't want
not.
to do that back to anyone else.
Yeah, I don't do it to anyone else. So I was just like, no, dude, you got to charge me. And he charged me a ridiculous amount, but now he's my editor. And dude, like we've melt so well together. Like we did that short story for you guys. Also,
Yes,
uh,
I saw it. I read it.
yeah, and
I loved
dude,
it.
that yeah,
So, but our magazine stuff is on hold, unfortunately.
don't worry, don't worry.
So,
So no, but that's the things like that anthology is the first like Ginger and Pedro like tandem work for real. Because the things like when Tropical Magics was when James got Tropical Magics was done completely. He just came in and started like like advising things here. Then like okay, this line this makes no sense. Say it like this. And what do you wanted to say here? There was a lot of that. What do you wanted to say here?
I can imagine him saying
Yeah,
that to you.
yeah,
It's so funny. Because
yeah,
Ginger first, like when you first meet him, like, he's very quiet and very
mhm,
shy. He seems,
yeah,
but then once you get to know him,
mhm,
he will talk and talk.
yeah.
And he's so funny. He's a
Yeah, he
fun
will talk your
time.
ear off. Yeah, he
Yeah,
will talk your ear off.
he will. I
Yeah.
feel like anytime I've talked to Ginger about anything, I've been on the phone with him for at least a couple hours.
Mm. I know how to cut him though. I know how to cut him now. Like I had to learn because dude, he was like, dude, I'm hungry.
No, we usually like end it at the same time. Like we mutually know when it's like done. Okay,
Yeah.
we'll figure out the next time we'll talk. Yeah.
Nice.
So, and he's just good people. You're good
Yeah.
people. Like I can't name. Like I think you're very fortunate that you two found each other to work with because you're both trustworthy too, and just the chemistry
Yeah.
you have. So I think
He's
it's
a lovely
awesome.
red man.
He's like you're the Jon Snow to his Tormund. That's what it is. You're like Jon Snow and
Thurman Giants
Tormund.
man.
Yeah.
Oh, I thought you were gonna say Brigitte, but no.
No, I'm gonna say he's your Tormund because
With Thurman, yeah.
But yeah. Oh, Spencer's like nerds.
Nerds. Yeah.
I talk so much about Game of Thrones all the time. He's so tired of it, and I talk about fantasy stuff. So
Oh
that's
yeah, dude. Like I'm a fantasy nerd. I'm a huge fantasy nerd.
all right.
In the
Let's talk about.
mhm.
All right, I have to bring it up.
Do it.
Wizards, because when that drawing prompt for Frega
Mhm.
Boom, I didn't think it was ever going to get chosen because, like, I feel like not many people are into like Ralph Bashki. And then when you picked my
Yeah.
prompt, and I was in the
Yeah.
middle of my stream, I was like, "Oh my god!"
Yeah, dude. Like Bakshi was Wizards. Wizards was a movie that haunted me because I saw it as a kid. Like I was very, very little when I saw it, and that's not a movie for kids. Like,
I watched it when I was a kid too, but I didn't
yeah.
understand anything that was going on until
Oh, dude.
I rewatched it as an adult.
Characters died in that movie, so I was just like, and I saw it in Spanish, which makes it even worse for some reason. Like the dialogue was just
I can imagine when things got real
malditas
rough.
alas, duendes despreciables, mataron a Fritz.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Cabrón.
Cabrón.
That in there.
They killed Fritz. They killed Fritz. You know that scene where he's like shooting. Yes. Oh, dude, that movie was something else. And
That just made me think of my boyfriend's mother.
what?
Edwin's mother is from El Salvador.
Oh,
And
okay.
so she has like me and Evan both laugh about it all the time.
Mhm.
But she literally will talk, bring something up, and be like, "He died, dead, die," just like out of nowhere. Like
Nice.
her perception of death is just like so cold-blooded.
Yeah, exactly.
So I can just like for some reason when you were saying all that, I was just picturing like he died, dead.
He did.
Just like that, she does that. What's up, Sugar Chris? Thank you for joining us this evening. He said, "Wizard Cast Gun. It was super effective."
Super effective. Yeah.
Yeah.
Dude.
But yeah, so
Avatar.
I just think like all the Basky stuff is just amazing, and I was like surprised when my prompt got picked. Like Phil Diaz came in to the chat.
Yeah,
It was like, Kayla, your prompt got picked. And he's like, yeah,
nice.
your prompt got picked. I was like, it did? It did? I was like in here, I was like,
Yeah, I picked it. I picked it. Yeah. I mean, the thing is, like, I was going against Frega. Like, I needed an edge. It was like, okay, if it's animated character, like I might, but dude, I had like 2% of the vote. Like he mopped the floor with me. Oof.
yeah.
I still ache from that day.
What do you think about rotoscope? Like that's what it's called, rotoscoping. Like that's
Rotoscoping. I
yeah,
don't
like
want to call it.
Basky did a lot of it.
Yeah, I don't want to call it cheating, but the decisions you need to make as an animator
Hmm.
are canceled with your rotoscope. So
Really?
I wouldn't consider it animation. It would be like if an artist is phrasing.
Okay.
So and I'm not saying like it's bad. Some scenes look awesome in rotoscoping, but when you're animating, you're trying to exaggerate reality to convey a message. When you're
Okay.
rotoscoping, you're copying reality directly, so it loses something. Like for example, you see Fire and Ice,
Yes.
awesome movie.
Oh,
Like
I
dude,
love it.
Frazetta designs, but it's mostly rotoscope.
Yeah.
So the animation in that movie is very syrupy.
Hmm.
As in, you see when they're fighting, like the swords are like very telegraphed and slow. That happens because it's rotoscope. So they're going frame by frame by frame, doing all the drawings.
Okay.
So
I
when
feel
you're
like
animating,
I feel like it would move more smoothly.
hmm,
So now I have to rewatch Fire and Ice, or
yeah,
I feel like I can see it maybe slower in like certain
mhm,
things from
yeah,
the Lord of the Ring
yeah,
when he did there. I feel like
mhm,
definitely in that I could see some of that what you're talking about. But now I got to rewatch Fire and Ice and to
yeah,
see it. Oh my God, Spencer just said Fire and Ice rips. Oh my God, so you do like some kind of fantasy?
yeah. I mean, Fire and
He
Ice is an
hates
awesome
fantasy.
movie.
He
It's
hates
an awesome
fantasy.
movie.
He
Yeah,
cracks on me all the time. And Jeff can do nothing wrong. Okay,
nice.
like I'm
Yeah,
shocked by this comment right now.
yeah. No, but I mean, Fire and Ice is an awesome movie because a lot of people think like I'm bashing, uh,
No,
but I'm really not. The thing is like you want to see a nice action sequence. Like, what can be done in animation with an action sequence? It's an anime made in Singapore called Tekon King Krit.
hmm,
Very simple designs. Even the names, like it's two brothers. One's called Kuro and the other is Niro, and it's like black and white.
yeah.
And they need each other because if Niro is not next to Kuro, Kuro will basically turn into a demon.
What is it
In
called
Tekon King Krit,
again?
that's yeah.
Why do I feel
Then
like this? I have to like pull up a picture or something from this because it sounds familiar. The concept of
mhm,
it.
yeah. And the things like, dude, the cool thing about that movie is that the character design is so simple that the animators just went insane with the animation and the action sequences. And dude, Kuro fights with like a lead pipe, and he's like just effing people up left and right. But it's really well animated, and that's the thing. Like when you rotoscope, you lose that opportunity because you can't exaggerate.
No,
So,
okay. So I understand what you're saying now.
mhm,
And I think that like I don't know why anyone would take it personally, like you're shitting
mhm,
on Fire and Ice and everything for expressing your opinion. I appreciate your opinion because it helps me
mhm,
learn more about processes that I'm not aware
mhm,
of. You know, I
yeah.
don't take it that way at all. That, you know, it just means that you know more about that type of style of
Oh, you
animation
would be
and
you
everything.
would
And
be amazed. You would be amazed about the things like I get for expressing.
it's crazy. Everyone has a
Yeah,
different opinion. Every single
yeah,
person has a different opinion, like I said.
yeah. For example, like
Oh, Hail the
there's a
Lord just joined us too.
yeah.
Thank you for joining, Hail the Lord. I appreciate
Hey,
you. So
For example, like the Marvel movie I had the most fun with was like Hulk versus Wolverine, animated by Lionsgate.
the animated one.
Yeah,
Yeah.
that's the one I've enjoyed the most. Like everybody's like, "Hey, what's your favorite Marvel movie?" And I say like that, like Hulk versus Wolverine. They go, huh? Really? You
No,
didn't like
for the
Iron
animated
Man?
stuff, I mean, I grew up watching like that Jim Lee X-Men TV show,
Yeah,
and that has
yeah,
been like the best portrayal of X-Men ever.
yeah. But it's not properly animated. That's the problem. Like, dude, the show is amazing. I enjoyed it too, but in their impetus to adhere to the character design from the comic books,
Yeah.
the animation suffered because the characters were too complicated for animation. So you might have two or three animators who could manage drawing Wolverine like in the comic books, but you need the entire team to do it at the same time for it to be effective.
Really? So what do you
Yeah.
mean it's too complicated for animation? Like I'm trying to I want to
Okay.
understand more.
So
Like break it down
details.
for me.
Yeah. Okay. So for example, what's a good simplification of the character to make it animate properly? Batman the animated series.
Oh, okay. Yep, I remember that.
So
Because there isn't much
they
to him. Is it has to do
mhm,
with the shapes that are
yeah,
involved and the
simpler shapes.
clothing, how things flow and
Mhm,
everything?
mhm,
Then
mhm.
when you think about powers they have to do and the movement of the powers.
Yeah,
Okay, so I understand now. I'm
yeah,
understanding.
yeah. For example, like animating Omega Red, all those
Yeah.
cylinders, all those. It's just like it's a nightmare to make it look good, and you can do it, but to make an Omega Red fight scene properly with a 16 animator team, all the animators have to draw Omega Red the way he should look, and if one works, then the scene's going back. So you see that's a problem. So they didn't take the time to say like, okay, let's simplify the the signs so everybody can draw it properly. And they did that later when they did like X-Men Evolution and all the other shows. Like
Yeah.
the characters were simplified and it was better animated because
They
they
even
took it
did that
they took it from Bruce Timm.
when I think about it too, I think did you ever see that manga version, like the manga style, the anime version of the
Mhm.
X-Men?
Yeah, yeah, I saw it. It
What
was
did you
cool.
think about the animation in that in comparison to the other two?
Yeah, the thing with anime that this gets me in trouble a lot too. Anime has a lot of codes
Mm-hmm.
that allowed them to make animation cheaper.
Okay.
So it's flashy, but it's really easy to do. And the things like people would see things like, for example, like you see like a lot of special effects, and then the guy like
Oh, like Dragon Ball.
standing still. Yeah. So
Yeah. Like
or
he's
like
powering up like this and this other
yeah,
part.
yeah, and that's like half an hour of nothing.
Yeah.
So
Okay.
that's the thing. Like those scenes, they're made for like, hey, Koichi, we're running out of money. Kentaro, are we? Yes, we don't have more money, so charge him up. Let's see them next week. So it's yeah, dude. I see a lot of ramen dinners, like instant noodle dinners with those guys.
That was
Uh,
funny.
yeah,
That's great. No, now that I'm thinking about this, I'm like, holy shit.
yeah. There's a lot of
Like
close-ups, just the lips moving. Like that's just saving time and money.
that's
And
true.
then
The eye shot, you get the
mhm,
eye shot where like it's like an eye looking at another person's eye, and it's like bam, bam, like with the camera.
or I mean, to me, the best one was Dragon Ball. Like they're moving so fast we can't see them.
Oh
So
yeah, when they just
you
do the
can
little dot, like choo
you
choo
see
choo.
like the sonic booms. It's like, dude,
Yeah,
you guys are broke.
is that really what it is? Like,
Yeah, but people eat it. So people is like, oh my god, they're moving so fast. I'm here like looking like, dude, you're a fool. But
I'm one of those fools because I love.
yeah, I know. But you're not supposed to know. You're not supposed to know. That's the thing. Like, so it's not that I watch animation ironically. I saw it from the standpoint of a producer. So I see the decisions and the things like there's for example, Demon Slayer.
Yeah.
Demon Slayer spent all their money on 3 action scenes in every episode, and
Mm.
everything else is crap.
What do you think
Because
about like Attack on Titan?
Attack on Titan is very depressing, but
But the
you
anime in it, like, so there was one studio that did it, and then a different studio took over and did
yeah,
it. Mappa
hmm
took over for the original story, and then Mappa does like now Chainsaw Man as well,
hmm
I believe. And they did, I think they did. Is it Kabanari and the Iron Fortress, which is really freaking good.
yeah, no, there's studios that are doing amazing work, but the things like, dude, it's so cutthroat. The deadlines, like, I wouldn't like to be an animator in Asia. Like
Yeah,
those guys, the pay is horrible, and they're overworked, and they might kill their wives at some point. Cause dude, that will drive you crazy. Like,
that's great.
yeah, like you'll see like in the news, like animator kills his family and all his kids. It's horrible. It's a bloodbath. He wrote "fuck you all in blood." Like, I don't know what drove this guy. Yeah, like, nah, dude. But
Speaking of, do you have anything else you can show us?
oh yeah, oh dude, I've been doing so many trailers. This
Spencer's back, so if you have any trailers or anything that you want to share, I
yeah,
mean,
let
I'm
me
all
let me
about you sharing anything that you want to while you're here, and then
yeah.
we can go like as late as you would like to go, as long as Spencer doesn't have to step away to do something.
Okay.
But as
See.
long as you want to go, I'm down to go because I'm very interested
Oh,
in everything you're talking about.
oh,
So, all
nice. So okay, so this is the latest trailer I've made for
right, let me
Camel
swap
Moon.
my screens. Like the music, I'm vibing back here.
Yeah.
I suppose it. That is sick.
Yeah, I did that last month.
That
It
is
was a lot of
amazing. I love
fun.
that. That is great. And that's for Camel Moon's project.
Yeah, for Boots and Heels, and now he's shopping it around to make a series.
Yeah.
Like, I don't know what's gonna happen. Things are moving.
That's awesome. What else you got?
Oh, okay.
I'm
Wow.
like, I'm ready to see the roster. You can just whip it all out. This is like legal porn, I guess, going on here.
Nice.
Like the artist net porn, I guess. Spencer said he was bobbing his head to the beat. He didn't realize he was bobbing his head to the beat till just now. I was
Very
just
cool.
back here. I was like, I need some glow sticks just to,
Yeah, dude, like that the Camel Moon took up the production of that one, and
Yeah.
it was okay.
So is that the
Yeah.
Flash stuff that you're talking about? Is that the cheap shit?
Yeah, exactly. Dude, I'm
Now
not immune.
I'm paying attention to the things that you're saying.
Yeah,
It's
exactly.
really like, okay,
I'm
how
not
do you
immune.
do your work and everything? Not in
Yeah.
a bad
I
way,
mean, no, it's all right. Like the thing is, like I'm working on my own, so I'm not immune of doing cheap scenes. 'Cause,
but it doesn't
I
look
mean,
it though. That's the whole thing. That's like
yeah,
so
exactly.
amazing to me. Like
Mhm.
I wouldn't believe that would be something. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. So I did this for uh, Okuro, Okuri Ino that's coming out soon. And yeah, dude, I've been having a lot of fun. The quality of the trailers are getting higher and higher every time. And I encourage people to push me like, hey, I want this. I'm like, okay,
Oh,
let's
good.
do it.
When I come to you with my trailer thing, now I'm
Mhm.
thinking of ideas.
Nice, let's do it.
I'm getting ready now. So
Yeah.
I
So
just gotta drop
I
my down payment.
yeah, hey, dude, I need to buy
You've been
spam.
busy, I've been busy, and I
Yeah.
didn't really have an idea. I was
Okay.
like,
Yeah. But I mean, when you're ready, just hit me up. As I said, like I'm finishing up the work for 2022. I
I
already
think
have
I
things.
just gotta like get in there for 2023.
Okay.
That's what it
Awesome.
is. Put my down
Awesome.
payment in, reserve my spot, and
Mhm. Yeah, let's do it.
that
So
I
I'm
do.
sharing now another one. This is Akuri Inu coming soon.
Takeru
Right.
Okazaki, the Wild Wolf of Tokyo. I don't see why the guild mocked you a hazard. You don't look so tough.
I don't have time for bounty hunters.
So yeah,
That's cool.
that was
Everything is like
fun.
you are pushing yourself and doing like a lot more with each trailer that
Mhm.
you're doing. It looks like because I'm seeing
Yeah.
like different things around. I wonder, like the animation is so much fun. Yeah, Hail the Lord just said the animation is fun as hell, dude.
Oh, thank you, man. No, and that's the thing. Like every IP, and that's something that I wasn't doing before. Is as I told you, like before, it's like okay, next commercial, adult diapers, like yeah, or like tuna cans. Like, dude, I love a tuna sandwich as much as the next guy, but I'm not excited by tuna.
Yeah,
So when I got into this community, everybody's like, okay, I need a trailer for my, and they tell me the story. I'm like, I get excited with them, and then like we do the storyboards, and it's a very like exhilarating process. And dude, I'm having a blast while getting paid. A lot of people can't say that.
yeah. So it makes it all worth doing, and you're
Yeah,
passionate about it, So
yeah.
now you're doing things that you're passionate about doing. So it's like you're probably working at an even faster pace as
Oh
well.
yeah,
You say you do
and
things fast, so it's probably even faster than normal. So
yeah. This is okay. This is another one. Where I work.
dude, you're like DJ Khaled tonight. And another one.
Yeah.
I'm
And
loving
another
Alrighty,
one.
this.
story. The
Yeah.
brave hero conquers the diabolical villain and rescues the damsel in distress. But this is real life, and in real life,
Stories don't always have happy endings. Frog G, the story of a man turned into a frog by a voodoo priestess sent on a mission to kill a god by death itself. Now our hero must roam the underworld to regain his humanity and win back the woman he loves.
So yeah, that. And yeah, Frog G, you can still back it at Indiegogo.
Yep, you
That's
can.
Jason Bascom and freaking Ink Spots in Frog G, the Link Master. So yeah, dude, like 2022 has been very good to me. Like I've worked on so many amazing projects. I put a book out. I can definitely say I'm a comic book artist now. So
Yes, you're a
thank you
comic book
guys.
creator.
Yeah.
It's more than
So
just an artist. You're a comic book creator, and you have so many projects in the works going on. So
So yeah, so guys, if you want to join the Kickstarter, if you missed on the Indiegogo, like it's a nice story. It's a very sincere, from my heart to yours, story, and you're
very
gonna
good.
enjoy it. And be on the
It's
lookout
fun.
for all the things this dude. Like I'm reliving like my childhood at almost 50. So
You're only as old as you feel.
oh no, I can't wait to be elderly, Kayla. Like I want to be that old guy screaming at kids from my lawn.
Like there's like so many things in this book that I would just love to show, but I don't want to spoil it for anybody.
Mm.
Like that's like the thing that's so hard for me with this interview
Okay.
right now is,
Okay.
you know, I can't spoil this book because I want people to go and back this on Kickstarter.
Okay.
The book deserves it. You've put so much time and effort and just work into it, and it's your passion. And I just this scene here, I just like I can't show. I don't want to spoil
Show
it.
it. Show it. Show it.
I
Show
love
it. Oh yeah, dude. That's my Macross battle scene.
Yeah.
I
It's just like I have like certain things that I just all about. I like. All right, there's another one too. I gotta find.
Yeah,
See, I
the
wanted
thing
to
is
put
like
sticky notes, but then I didn't. I
Yeah.
didn't want to put sticky notes because of the material of the pages. I get
Yeah.
worried. So there's just so much action. There's like action, adventure, sci-fi, fun. It's just so fun. I love reading
Thank
a
you.
comic book that is just pure fun. You
Oh,
know,
thank you.
there isn't anything else to it, but it's just fun.
Yeah, like I had a lot of fun doing it,
Here's
and
something I want to show.
yeah, that's the thing. Like 12 years ago, I tried to make an animated series of time cops, like Latin American time cops.
Latin American time cops, really?
Yeah, and dude, that was the only time where I was as excited as I am at this moment in my life.
Really?
Because I was just starting like at the animation school. I was getting the students. I was getting like the whole thing. Like, okay, I'm getting all the infrastructure to start to make like a serious animation studio in Panama. It was very exhilarating. So what are we gonna come up with? And that's when I realized like there's a lot of compromises you need to take if you want to be a storyteller in Latin America. Because since there's no industry, you don't have producers, so you have to go to the government for money. So what they wanted out of me was something of cultural and educational value. I was like, okay, that's all good for you, but how am I gonna have fun? So the idea I came up with was what these two Latin American time cops that travel in time rescuing the history of Latin America. And go to like go to points in history that make Latin America what it is today. So let's just say like okay, when Bolivar found his sword and decided to basically free Venezuela, and when he was freeing Venezuela, he freed Colombia and he freed Panama, and he came with Nueva Granada. Like these guys have to go back in time because there's this organization that wants to reverse history, so Spain still owns Latin America.
Okay.
It was fun. It was fun for me, but there were so many compromises, and it's like you need a historian consultant, and you need this, and you need this. I was getting so many people on top of me that it became a chore, and I had to abandon it because there was a lot of corruption. It's like how much you need to make like the season. So okay, like I have 12 trained animators. I tabulated their salaries, how much I was gonna make in it, and it was like $180,000 to make it. But with the consultants from the government, it got all the way up to 750,000. And yeah, corruption. So if that exploded, I was going to jail. So
Yeah, that's
yes, yeah. So
insane.
yeah, exactly. That really crushed me. So and that's when I said like, okay, I can't do this. I can't do this because a kid that made like an app for the government to like tabulate taxes.
Yeah.
The same thing happened. Like the app was like 60K, but it ended up being like $2 million in the end. The app came out, but then it's like, oh my god, where does that $2 million? He's in jail. The guys who like made him do it are not. And we're talking
It's
about
so
like
insane to me.
exactly. So yeah, that's the thing. Like the thing is like why Latin America is not like the U.S. Corruption. It's what's keeping us down because there's a lot of capable people here. There's a lot of dreamers, but the moment you want to do something, you're gonna get those sticks on you. It's like, oh, we have a doer here. This is our opportunity.
This is what I wanted to show too, but I gotta cover up these.
Oh, all right,
Yeah.
nice. Yeah, the awakening of the children. Yeah.
Yes, and I just loved how it was done because to me it's something like it's like a staple you would see in a sci-fi movie. I love
Yeah.
that, like it's like great ode to
Yeah.
that kind of stuff.
So I took cues from Terminator and from Aliens, the first
That's what
one.
I got. Like you combine both of them together. That's what I
Yeah.
totally felt when I read it, and I love
Mhm.
that. So I can't say enough about your project because like I want to read comics that are fun. Yes, I love my fantasy comics, and I love
Mhm.
comics that have a more serious undertone of like a conspiracy theory or something
Oh
going
yeah.
on. I love all kinds of stuff, but then there are times that I just love something that's so fun. Like
Yeah.
like
Yeah.
I said,
Exactly.
beauty came out of like a lot of pain for you. So it's like you
Yeah.
triumphed over the tragedy.
The thing is, like,
Yellow
right
Laura is
now,
saying
I,
that
I
that
don't
story was
I don't see it
crazy.
as yeah,
Like,
I don't see it as pain anymore. Like at this moment, it needed to happen,
hmm
and I'm actually grateful to the girl I broke up with because if I didn't, I wouldn't be where I am right now.
yeah,
Actually, I spoke to her like a couple of months back, and then I told her like 'cause she was like, "Oh, I'm sorry, like I didn't know that happened to you," because she didn't know that I was like homeless for a couple of days, and she was mortified because I mean nobody knew what like COVID did, like if it will kill you or not.
yeah.
But at this point, I was like, nah, it's all right. It's all right. I mean, stay where you are. I don't want you back, but it's all right. And yeah, dude, like I'm not right now. I'm living the best moments of my life. I'm just doing comic books, doing animation for people, doing character design, telling stories. Like I wouldn't have it any other way.
And then you have like so many things planned, and like I
Yeah,
think opening up like something that's gonna help people like learn how to do all the animation processes, like that being
yeah,
something like the reason why you're doing some of the things that you're doing. I think that's just incredible, and you have so
yes,
much going for you. You have so much going for you that, and I feel like with some of the projects, especially the ones that you're working on with Mark, are going to blow people out of the water.
oh.
So,
I mean,
like,
it's not my intention. Like, I want people to stay in the water and stay refreshed. Like,
so there was a couple things I want to show from
sure.
the Art of Tropical Magic since it's not
Mm,
available on
okay.
Kickstarter. Because you do go over about some of the animation stuff too in here as
Yeah.
well. And
Mhm,
then
mhm, mhm.
I loved seeing, where is it? It's about where you're talking about, you go over how you animated everything.
Yeah.
So I'm going to pull that up real quick. Um, like the trailer. So in this book here, you broke down the entire trailer. Okay.
Yeah.
So I'm just going to go through it quickly, but you described everything that you did in as much detail as possible, but in a way that it's simplistic that someone could understand and learn. So I thought that was amazing. I love that you did that. I really loved too seeing just how the character, not in this part, but in the other parts of the book, just seeing how the characters changed over time a little bit.
Oh, yeah.
That was really interesting to me.
In the beginning, like even the setting was different.
Yeah.
I wanted to do a sword and sorcery book.
Really?
In the beginning, like if you see the designs, like the original like Juanca designs, he's dressed up like a sorcerer.
Yeah, I guess so. I definitely I can see that.
Yeah, but he had shorts. So the fact that he had shorts, so I'm like, okay, it took me to modern times. Like I don't know, like it's always like little stuff like that make people think I'm nuts. But the fact that he was a sorcerer with shorts on, it's like, okay, there's a modern element to all this.
I'm not even pulling him up. I'm just pulling up because this is just so cool. See, I'm so glad that I have the art book. Like,
Designing lore was fun too. Like the dialogue of lore is all Ginge, but I was trying to explain it. Yeah, because like I didn't know how to convey what lore was.
Oh,
so
okay.
Explaining to Ginge what lore is helped like develop the dialogue.
Okay.
Because lore is it's a computer program that thinks she's a yoga instructor, but it's also a Karen. So, and she wants to control, like it's control. Like she needs to have humanity in control for humanity to survive, and that's very important for later on in the book. Why she's doing that, because nobody knows. Like right now, lore came about, and I'm not spoiling anything by saying this, but lore came about to control the magic users' threat.
Okay.
So she's an equalizer. Like she's a logistics.
Like the balance.
She's a logistics risk equalizer. So she will measure up and create algorithms to measure. Okay, so these guys control fire. These guys control water. These guys control gravity. How do we assess? How do we create strategies to neutralize them, and how we assimilate them into society again? So there's a lot of things on how people live in cities. That's not in the book yet. That's coming on book 2 and 3.
Oh, because I was curious about that as well. Just because you bring up different places within it, so it was kind of like
we haven't seen. We haven't seen the city yet.
No.
But living in the city, it's not cool. Because basically, when you live in a city, you live on Lore's time. I mean, you don't go to sleep; she shuts you off.
Interesting.
You don't own a house. You have like a coffin. So basically, she shuts you down. You wake up and you go have your coffee, your authorized government coffee, have breakfast, go to work, go to your daily life. At 9, everybody's shut off because that's Lore's idea of order. You need to exercise. Everybody exercises. Everybody does. Like, okay, I have this concept that it's a combination between Taibo, Zumba, and it's cheesy as fuck. And that's how everybody exercises. In lore, I mean, according to lore. So it's a miserable existence. So yeah, like I took a lot from. I don't know if I can say that they're going to strike your channel, but there's this country.
Don't say it, but there's a country.
There's a country. When you see these fields of people like exercising in the morning in work clothes.
Okay, I know what you're talking about.
Yeah. So that, but to the extreme. So surveillance all the time, and lore is jacked into everybody's brain. So that's why if you choose to live in the French, it's because you don't want that jack in your brain. So that's the thing. Like everybody outside of Lord's control is a risk to her. So she assesses like, okay, this needs to be killed. This guys can be ignored. Cut the water supply over here. Uh, Release this agent that might pacify these people. Like put that in their water supply. Like it's very Machiavellian. But we're just touching like the surface in the first book. Like you only see like
Yeah,
lower
you
on
only get
in
like a hint, kind of, and
Mhm.
you're aware that there's something going on that's off, but
Yeah.
you don't know like the detail or the depths of it. So,
Yeah. So
who is your favorite character from your
in
book
this
series? Yeah,
in
in
this
this book
book,
series, who is your? I never asked you that. I'm curious to know.
my favorite character is, and it's because it's based upon one of my uncles, Miguel.
Really?
Yeah, Miguel is my favorite because dude, Miguel is like happy-go-lucky. He's always trying to see the sunny side of anything. He's always looking at the money angle.
I'm just gonna show from the art book, not from the
Yeah,
comic.
mm, yeah. He's always looking for the money angle. So he's like
Yeah.
a salesman. But the thing is like, yeah, there's a thing about Miguel, and this is not spoiling anything either. He has 8 kids by 5 different women. So
He was living life.
yeah, he needs that money to because he
Um,
loves his kids. He loves his
Darko
kids. So
D13 just asked, sorry, will the art book not be available at all, not even digital?
okay, the art book. The thing is like, the art book was for the Indiegogo campaign. There's gonna be an art book, but at the end of the final art, it's gonna be a bigger art book. So it's not like it's not gonna be available ever again. Just this presentation of the original. It's
You're
not gonna
getting a
be available
different
ever again.
version of it,
Yeah.
basically. So he is going to do an art book. It's just not going to be this one. It's going to
Yeah.
be a different one for the Kickstarter campaign.
No. For this
Or-
Kickstarter campaign, there's not gonna be an art book, but
Oh, there's
by
not.
the
That's what they're asking about.
uh-huh,
Yeah.
yeah, by the end of book 3, there's gonna be like the Bible.
Oh,
The
okay.
It's gonna be bigger and it's gonna bring everything.
Sorry, I got confused myself.
Or
So, all right. So after book 3, he's releasing another art book. It's going to be like a fat one.
yeah, it's
So
gonna be a fat
Kickstarter,
Bible.
there won't be one. Kickstarter, you can back the book, which
Yeah,
it's just as good. It's
yeah.
I mean, this is, this is just bonus, but basically what he's saying, like, I think it's because this art book is so awesome and he has so much work they wants to put, he's just going to release one giant fat one, which that's even better. And I'm going to have to buy that too. So I get the little one and then, so it was just the Indiegogo exclusive thing. But for Kickstarter, you're going to be able to back the book. What are you going to have for like extra? Are you going to do extra perks or anything on Kickstarter?
Okay, so there's a new cover exclusive for Kickstarter for the
Who's
book.
doing it?
Oh, I did it.
Oh, you did it
already. Yeah, I did
Can you
it.
show it?
Yeah, sure. I mean, we're gonna do a new set of trading cards, and
Oh, okay, yeah.
we are organizing. Okay, I guess I'm gonna give the preview here. We're organizing an art book for a pinup contest. So
Ooh.
draw your tropical babes, basically.
Ooh, I'm gonna make someone draw something and send it in. Their
So, yeah, like what I'm gonna do is like just send the parameters of the different like magic users. Like this is what an Accord looks like, this is what an Ignor looks like, and this is what a Gravitar looks like.
Okay.
And the parameters of the armor, and you just draw a chick in any of the 3 modalities, and that way you could win the contest. Like right now, out of my own pocket, it's a $200 prize. But if the campaign does better, then the prices are gonna go up. So that's kind of like my shtick. When
I just put my salt lamp on here.
Yeah.
But I'm not in the dark, so it doesn't look like I'm hosting a seance tonight.
Yeah. So this is the original the exclusive cover for Kickstarter.
Excited. Let me see. Oh my god, I love that too.
Yeah, so and that this is gonna only gonna be available for this campaign. I'm in talks with people to make like a Tropical Magics version for shops, which is gonna chop the book in two. So, but that those are gonna be new covers again.
I mean, yeah,
So,
because this is a fat book. This is 72 pages.
yes, it's gonna be 72 pages.
Although
So
you're gonna read it like not like it's 72 pages, because once you start reading it, you're gonna want to read through it to because there's just action in it. So it's like reading through the action. You can't just turn it off in action.
nice.
There's a lot going on.
Yeah,
You have parts
that's
like everything is evenly paced out within this. I would say, like the pacing of the book is done well. I felt, in my personal opinion. You have the right amount of, where like how can I put it? Like you're talking, and then the right amount of action. Where to like elongate something here, like keep with that momentum, and then stop that, turn it back a little bit, and then back up with the momentum again. So the pacing of it is really good. I enjoyed it.
The things like I went through that several times because I knew these are new characters, like people don't know them, but I didn't want to turn it into like a lecture of who they are. So I was like picking moments to develop the characters through the action, but like the action starts right away.
No, that's exactly how it was conveyed to me. So, and it also leaves you too to be able to like develop the character further into the next issue, where some people like right away they want to throw all of the information about this character like right off of the bat, and it's like whoa, slow down.
Dude. Like for example, like especially with Juanca, like Juanca it's still like a huge question mark on.
Sorry, I gotta let a cat out of the room. She's scratching
do
the door. I'm listening to you, so I just have to get up and let her out.
Yeah.
Ooh. Keep talking, Pedro. I can hear you.
Yeah, but like Juanca, it's a huge question mark still.
Really?
I'm just hinting what's wrong with him.
Well,
and there's this scene in the book where, like, I mean, I addressed it with humor because he basically refused the help because from whom it was coming, which to me was funny. Like, who would want that, But but yeah, like Juanca has those dreams. Like in the trailer, you can see like the dreams he's having.
Which were inspired by your dreams, I feel like. In a way.
Yeah.
Like talking to, because in the art book you talk about what was kind of going on and everything. You speak about stuff, we were reiterating here for the show. But now I'm piecing things together, and I can see some of like the inspiration from your own life reflected within the story.
Yeah. Without making it a self-insert.
No, it's not a self-insert at all.
Yeah.
There's nothing self-insert about it. I mean, that's why, like, at first I didn't really connect it to that until now that, like, hearing you say it.
Yeah.
Because it's different when you're writing something about like a story you were going through this at the time in the art book. You know what I'm saying? But I didn't put it together.
Yeah.
But then hearing you talk and then just seeing everything, and things are different when you're face to face and verbally get to speak to somebody. Are able, at least me, I can connect things better. So, but no, it's
but the thing is, like, this production process there's a lot of like string of consciousness to it.
Yeah,
because it was kind of cathartic to me to make the book. I thank God I have a pool. I guess that helped me a lot. Because I remember like when I finally got like, okay, completely settled, like I'm living on my own again, I feel like a human being and an adult again. I was shook. So what I would do is like I would draw like all day. I will take a break, like have a little something, go to the pool, and not even swim, just get in the water and just stay there and think about stuff, where I blew it, how I got to this position where I'm at, and it wasn't even like what I did wrong. It wasn't that. It's just like acceptance. Like, okay, you're here. in order to move forward and be better, you have to know why you're here, but not to dwell on that. I don't know. I don't know if I'm making any sense.
No, you
But
make sense. You
but
know,
I did that a lot, and like it was like a process of 6 months, and I think it helped me because I'm serene.
no, it definitely
I'm
did. I bet
yeah,
it did. Because
yeah.
you were able to reflect back and take an honest look at yourself, your life, the
Hmm.
circumstances, what got you where, why,
Hmm.
like it's basically answering those why questions and calming like the what ifs
Yeah.
and propelling forward.
And
So,
then I'm coming to draw, and
yeah.
then the pull sessions are informing my drawing. And plus, like at this time, like I'm speaking a lot with Ryan Wynn, and I'm speaking with Ginge. I'm still not a pontificator. I can't believe I'm part of pontificators. Like the show, the Artiver show. Like I'm a regular there now.
Yeah.
I was like, you work at Marvel and DC. Clint works in Marvel and DC. Like
But that
they're
says
making,
something about you. Do you know what I'm saying? That says something
yeah.
about you and something that people see within you.
Hmm.
So that you might not even be completely aware of.
As I said, I'm a carpenter, man. I don't see.
So, in the chat, anyone that is around here in the chat, does anyone have any questions for Pedro?
If you do,
Questions? In the meanwhile, where can everybody find you? And
oh, they can find me on Twitter at ngila, and that's my main social media outlet. Because I have an Instagram,
yeah,
but I use it mostly for music. I used to post art there, but I don't know, like it. Maybe it's my perception. To me, posting art on Instagram, it's a waste of time. All the contacts and jobs I gotten from my art posting I've gotten them from Twitter, so that's why you'll mainly find me there.
yeah.
Facebook, I don't like hanging out with my mom, so I don't use Facebook. And and
I hate Facebook. Facebook will be the one that like it will be like person it's like your ex person that you freaking
yeah,
did removed block. You know what I'm saying? Like why are you bringing
like
up people I know, people I don't want to know?
and making memories. Like, shut up, Facebook. This
Oh,
was
Fail
you.
Lore has a question.
Yeah, what's that?
He said he wasn't here the entire time, so he
Mhm.
just wanted to know what gave you the idea for the characters you created. Sorry, I wasn't here the
Oh,
entire time, but that's okay. That's
okay.
cool.
So
So
Juan. Okay, so the three main characters are Juanca, Miguel, and Carla. Well, and Nanny would be Nanny's the
easy.
huge robot. So Juanca to me, it's like a wounded soldier. So it's a guy who's a fierce friend, but there's something that keeps him from opening up to people. So he's very guarded, and he's always like faking anger to keep people away, and that's how he conducts himself in the world. Now Miguel, and how they two got together, it's also another story that's coming up soon in the next book. Actually, we started with that on book two.
Oh, really?
Yeah, Miguel would be like Juanca's voice,
Okay.
because they found each other after this huge event that it's described in the book.
Mm-hmm.
Like the Juanca's dream
Mm-hmm.
sequence. It's the Battle of Chetumal. Chetumal is a city in Mexico, right by the Gulf,
Yeah.
and that's like the end of the spell war. And yeah, we explain what the spell war is in the book.
Mm-hmm.
So basically, Miguel rescues Juanca after the Battle of Chetumal, and they become inseparable because Miguel thinks he's swindling Juanca because they have like a construction company, but Juanca is a gravitar, so he lifts everything, and Miguel is an ignorant. He controls fire, so he's like I'm gonna do welding, but I mean Juanca does all the heavy lifting, and Miguel is just charging the money. So according to Miguel, like he's swindling Juanca, but he wants to see him well, so he's very preoccupied about his friend. so preoccupied that he leaves his families behind with the excuse like babies, as his 5 different women. Uh, we need to get money, so I'm taking my company on the road, and they go town to town doing odd jobs, getting paid. And but the thing is, like, he knows he can't leave Miguel alone. Miguel knows he can't leave Juanca alone because of his PTSD. Like, he's afraid Juanca is gonna do something drastic.
Mm-hmm.
So they're like a very dear like friendship like that, like male friendship. Like they have a balance. Now Carla comes in, and Carla is,
Kyla's awesome.
yeah, she's a leader. She's the leader of the. She's one of the leaders of the resistance. We're gonna meet the whole resistance also in book 2, and she has a mission that she needs to complete, which she
Mm-hmm.
does on book 2. Like, there's that's not a cliffhanger. She completes the mission, and fortuitously she finds Miguel and Juanca and assess them like, dude, these guys are veterans of the spell war, and they're powerful, but why did they live in the truck? Why are they living like this?
These men
This
are a
is,
mess. They need my help.
yeah, exactly. So she's also like, out of necessity, like she needs muscle for her for her mission, so she hires them. And through the mission, like, Miguel starting to make the moves on her because that's what Miguel does.
He's
And
looking for another baby.
another baby, yeah. and and
Sorry.
Juan, yeah, Juanca doesn't really trust her, but she's intrigued by these couple. By this time, by the end of the book, she considers them friends,
That's
but
how I
she's
took
always,
it.
yeah, yeah.
But
But
she's
she's
like
in,
kind of guarded. Like,
yeah, yeah, yeah. She's very guarded too. I mean, like anybody who survives a war, like,
mhm.
they're really slow to opening up. And Nanny's just a sweet kid. You know, it's a huge robot. He's a warbot, so he's designed for war, but he's been programmed with different protocols to basically look after after uh, after Carla. So he has like psychology protocols. He has like cooking. Like he's an everything tool.
Nurturing
Yeah,
and
he's
yeah.
very nurturing. And
I feel like everyone love Manny. It's just what it
yeah,
is. Like I do.
yeah. So that's the thing. Like, I try to choose like this dynamic between the four main characters, so you can see like a basically a family developing, a family out of circumstances
Hmm.
developing in this like incredible like adventure of danger, and
Yeah.
they're basically being chased by serial killers. So that's the other thing. Like with the antagonist, I wanna create Arachne, Grip, and Orthrus are three
Hmm.
kids playing, and humans are just like ants. You know, like very
Yeah.
sadistic children because they're not like evil, like, like they're like, oh, we have a mission, and they're like basically
Very
like joking.
calculated, I would
Hmm.
say.
Yeah, but you see, like, there's a jokey element, like a jokey cold element to how they treat their mission. Like they're playful among themselves. Like, I want to juxtapose that, especially like Grip and Arachne, how they talk. It's
Mm.
like two children. And to me, like, Orthros has the voice of a baby, like the scroll robot.
Really?
Yeah, in my head, he has the voice of a baby. Because, yeah, like, what could be more sadistic that a kid with no guidance?
That's actually pretty true.
Yeah, so that's what I want to do with those guys. Like, they don't have a developed personality to be adults and to respect life.
Hmm.
So that you see, like, can I use this now? Can I use this now? Like, that's he wants to try all his stories basically. So you
Now
see,
I'm gonna
Orpheus is always,
reread because in my mind I was like interpreting it a little bit different. So it's
yeah,
interesting. So now that
mhm,
makes me like, huh? That gives me
yeah,
like a different.
respect. Well, I mean, if I
Yeah.
didn't communicate, that was a failure on my part. If I didn't communicate that, but that's
No, I
basically
didn't
like
take it
my.
that way. I just
Mhm,
didn't take
mhm,
it that way. That's because I was reading more deeper into it than
mhm,
that.
mhm, mhm. Yeah.
So. No, it was not a failure on your part. It's me. When I read, I overread. Everyone will tell you
Mm.
this about me. I
Okay.
overread. I analyze things to
Mm.
Kayla's world.
Okay. Okay.
So
Yeah. So
you
that's
figured
the
that's
thing. Like,
nothing on you.
yeah.
So
So yeah, guys, I had a lot of fun writing this book, drawing it, basically the production in itself. I sincerely hope whoever gets it enjoys it as much as my. And let me know, dude. Like I've gotten some nice reviews online that people have wrote it. I haven't heard like a bad one yet. I mean,
no, there's
nobody.
nothing bad to say about it. There's really nothing bad to say about this book.
Oh, cool. I mean,
I
there's
don't have
always
anything
one.
bad. I don't have anything
Yeah.
like anything that I think is remotely negative, to
Mhm.
say
Yeah.
about it.
Yeah.
I enjoyed it a lot.
Oh, thank you.
Now
Thank
that
you.
gives me like a whole different dimension too. Like, because I definitely felt they were like very sadistic and like
Hmm.
immature a little bit, but for some
Yeah.
reason I was like picturing it like, you know, like it was more like they were trying to like over dominate with each other, but now it makes
Mhm.
more sense. Like, okay, they're like children, like
Yeah.
unsupervised. Okay, so
And that's by design. And that's by design because you got to remember they are all jacked into lore. So lore is managing their brains chemically
yes.
to behave like that.
No, that
So
makes sense. Yeah.
that's kind
Hail
of like
Delore actually just said which one was the funniest character to make, if there is one. He has another question for you.
oh yeah, sure.
Like, who's the funniest one?
Miguel, to me, Miguel, because it's my uncle. Like that, and and he is like that, dude. Like I've picked up uh Because I mean, this uncle is not brother to my mom or my dad. She's my grandfather's brother, so he's really old.
So he's like your great uncle, right?
Yeah, it's my great uncle. And this guy would have called me like I'd be like already an adult. Like, hey, can you go pick up your aunt from school? Sure. And I'm picking like an 11-year-old aunt from school. Like, you want some McDonald's? Yeah, I love him to death. I love him to death. But yeah, like Miguel is it's him. It's him. He's and dude, and the things like all his kids went to college
Yeah.
and he took care of everybody. He was like a welder, but he worked at the Panama Canal, so he made decent money. Like he made a lot of money. But dude, he couldn't keep his pecker in check. It's just he just
So how many ants do you have running around, Pedro?
that I know 8. That
How
I
many?
know.
What number?
What's that?
What number did you say?
8 that I know.
Oh my God, 8. So just like the character, Jesus.
Yeah, no, that's the ones I know. I know there's more, but I don't know them.
So how many cousins do you have? I'm just curious.
From his side,
Yeah.
around 20 something.
Pedro, you can form an army.
No, they're unruly.
You're like,
They're unruly. Like, yeah, no, I don't want to be that shepherd. That's not my
all right. So why should everyone back Tropical Magics on Kickstarter?
Okay, you should back Tropical Magicks on Kickstarter if you like fun, if you like action, if you're into intricate robots, and yeah, if you like it's a sincere story. It's based out in Latin America, but I didn't make Latin America a character of the story. It could be placed anywhere, but yeah, it's a fun story. It comes from the heart, and I hope you enjoy it if you get it. And let me know if you liked it.
Yeah, I loved it. I loved it.
Yeah.
I'm can't wait for the second one to come out. And I'm
Yeah.
even more excited now that you said that you're going to do like a giant fat behind the scenes art Bible.
Oh yeah, that's coming.
For that. So it was awesome having you on here, Pedro. So thank you so much for coming this evening.
Oh, it was awesome. Thank you, Kayla.
I wish you like the most success for the Kickstarter campaign and everything else that you're working on.
Thanks. Yeah.
And if you want to let people know, like when you stream with Ginge next, when you guys are hosting
Oh,
your Ginge and Pedro show.
next Tuesday we have Mike Barron coming to the Ginger Better show.
Oh,
Like, ooh,
like this
uh,
Mike Barron.
yeah, that
That
Mike
did,
Barron.
this is one of my favorites. This is a
I mean,
Kelly
that's
Jones
the thing.
Batman
Like,
book too.
we are like rubbing elbows with giants, and
Yeah.
this is just I don't know, man. I don't know. This is surreal. Like, never in a million years would I think I'd be doing this. But I'm happy, and I'm not complaining. I'm just surprised.
No,
So
you're deserving of it. You both are
yeah, so
deserving of it and all the success and
yeah,
everything.
Kayla, thank you so much for having me. This was
Thank
an
you for
awesome
coming on.
job, and yeah, guys, spread the word. Tropical Magic's coming to Kickstarter. I think the link is somewhere
The link
there
is in the chat, and Spencer,
in
I
the
think,
chat.
put it underneath the video.
Yeah.
And if you see the link out, just
Mhm.
retweet it, share it around so there can be more people that get eyes on it to back this,
Yep.
because this is because after this you're going to be moving on to book 2. So
Yeah. No, right after this, we're moving to WAC, which is Waifus and Kaijus.
Waikus and Kaijus.
Then it's Tropical Magics 2,
Yeah.
and
Okay.
then we're coming with Sons of Aether, which is like the Dwarven story.
Yeah.
So yeah, lots of things coming up next year. So
Coming. And just
mhm.
give him a follow on Twitter. Other than that, guys, I will be on Jeremy's show on Sunday, I believe, talking Game of Thrones stuff. I'll be on Joe's show on Tuesday. And then I believe next Thursday, I am trying to plan an interview out. So I will be here on my home stream and my Death Curse family here. This is my normal channel where I'm usually at. Everywhere else, I'm a featured guest. This is my show here, and Death Curse is the crew that I am rocking with. So if you're not subbed to this Death Curse channel, please do sub, and follow me on Twitter, Comics and Cleve. So I will see you guys next time. Keep you posted. See you next Thursday. If not
Take
next
care.
Thursday after that. Have a good night.